Hey gang! I've been doing some work on my next video, and I realized that sometimes we throw terminology around that we just assume everybody understands. But as I was making the video, I remembered there was a time I didn't know what a lot of these words meant. Now, if you've been into miniature painting or terrain building for a while, you probably do know what dry brushing is. And doing a YouTube search on dry brushing will bring you all kinds of results of people showing you how to do the technique. I'd never claimed to be an authority on most of the techniques that I use. Actually, all I've done is watch a lot of YouTube videos and figure out how to do things over the last few years. But if I happen to be your introduction into crafting terrain for your tabletop games, I thought maybe I should do a tutorial on how to dry brush. At least an explanation of what it is and how to attempt to do it. So let's go back to the basics and learn how to dry brush. For this tutorial, I've taken a strip of dollar store foam board and divided it into 4 sections so that you can see how dry brushing may look over various textures. I've base painted it black to help the dry brushing show in the video, but you can base in whatever color will work best for your project. When dry brushing, you want to get paint on the brush, then use a towel to rub your brush across so that most of the paint will be removed. Using a paper towel for removing the paint can be helpful when first starting to learn how to dry brush, because when you can start to see the texture of the paper towel as you leave the paint on it, you know that you have removed the proper amount of paint from your brush. After removing paint from the brush with the towel, lightly run your brush across your project. The idea behind dry brushing is to lightly hit the raised portions of your project, leaving just enough paint behind to help bring out the texture. Starting out with a light amount of paint is best because after letting it dry, you can always go back and dry brush over the area again to add more paint. Let the paint dry between each dry brush coat. Remember, it's always easier to add paint than it is to remove it. I'm using a flat synthetic brush because the harder bristles will help keep the paint from filling in the cracks and gaps. For the wood, I use the same technique as with the stone. The brown and yellow mixture that I used did not show up as quickly as the gray did when I applied it, so I used multiple dry brush passes to bring the color out. After you are happy with the dry brush, you can go back with highlights to add depth and washes to add a dirty look to your project. So there you have it, gang. My take on dry brushing. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, click the like button and share it with a friend. While you're here, don't forget to leave a comment in the belows. Click that subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell so you'll be notified when I post my next video. Most of all, though, thank you for sharing your time with me. I'm Fear the Platypus, and this one is done. While you're here, don't forget to leave a comment in the... While you're here... In the belows? Belows. In the belows. Leave a comment in the belows. Down there. The thing underneath, that area underneath me. You can see it. It's... Click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe. So delicious. So very, very delicious.